If you're over 50 and back in the dating world, you may think younger men only seek youth, or fall for mature women out of desperation, luck, or even a secret fetish. But the truth runs deeper. Research shows emotional stability, confidence, and experience can be more magnetic than youth ever was. So if you expect to hear another tired stereotype, you are in for a surprise. Here's what few people realize about real attraction and why it matters now more than ever. Confidence shaped by decades of lived experience is not just a feeling, it is a presence that fills the room. Years of navigating heartbreak, raising families, building careers, and starting over have a way of forging a kind of self-assurance that cannot be faked. Maya sits across from a date and speaks her mind without apology. There is no need to prove herself, no hunger for approval. That ease is magnetic. Research shows that self-efficacy, believing you can handle what life throws at you, builds steadily over time. It is not about bravado, but about knowing you have solved problems before and you will do it again. Emotional intelligence is another trait that quietly grows with age. Decades of real-world stress, conflict, and change teach a woman how to read a room, sense when someone is hurting, and stay calm when things get tense. Claire, for instance, does not escalate arguments. When her partner snaps, she listens, asks a gentle question, and lets silence do its work. High emotional intelligence means smoother conflict resolution and fewer games, qualities that younger men describe as rare and deeply attractive. These are not abstract virtues. They show up in everyday moments, declining a last-minute invitation without guilt, holding firm on boundaries, or laughing off a minor slight. Each act sends a signal. This is someone who knows herself, who can weather storms, and who brings a steady hand to any relationship. For many younger men, that grounded presence is irresistible. Scarcity has a way of sharpening desire. In psychology, the scarcity principle says that when something is less available, it instantly feels more valuable. The same rule applies to dating, but not in the way most people expect. It is not about playing games or pretending to be busy. It is about living with purpose, setting clear boundaries, and refusing to be anyone's backup plan. When a woman over 50 says that she cannot make it tonight and asks to plan for Sunday instead, she is not making excuses. She is communicating that her time matters. Research in behavioral science shows that people who calmly decline last-minute invitations are seen as more self-assured and paradoxically more desirable. A scroll through dating forums reveals a common thread. One Reddit user wrote that he likes that she does not put up with games. It is clear she likes herself and does not need him to complete her. That is incredibly attractive. This is not about being cold or distant. It is about honest boundaries. Rosa, divorced at 54, receives a text at 7 in the evening asking for a spontaneous dinner. She replies that tonight does not work, but she would love to see him this weekend. She does not apologize or over-explain. She is out with friends, her phone on silent, already invested in her own life. 3 similar stories echo the same message. Limited availability is not a tactic, it is the natural byproduct of a full, self-respecting life. Younger men are not drawn to scarcity for the chase. They are drawn to the unmistakable signal of self-worth. When boundaries are clear, respect follows, and when respect is present, attraction deepens. Cultural myths paint women over 50 as invisible, as if age quietly erases desire and authority. Yet beneath that surface, a paradox unfolds. The very lack of scrutiny that once stung now grants unexpected freedom. Away from the glare of unrealistic beauty standards, women can step into their own stories, unfiltered, unpressured, and unapologetic. Research on media ageism finds that women past midlife are shown less often, but that absence creates space for authenticity to flourish. There is no longer a need to perform or chase approval. Instead, what emerges is something far more powerful: credibility. Years of expertise, hard-won wisdom, and the ability to navigate life's messiness become a kind of social currency. Younger men notice. They talk about the relief of meeting someone who is not caught up in endless self-editing, who knows what matters and what can be left behind. One man on a dating forum wrote, "Older women don't play roles, they just are. That's rare." Rosa, now 56, leads a travel group through the streets of Lisbon. Her voice is steady, her stories rich with detail. New friends, some decades younger, fall into step, drawn to her calm authority. No one questions her right to take up space. In this environment, invisibility becomes an advantage. It allows women to move freely, choose boldly, and attract those who value substance over spectacle. Wisdom is not just respected, it is magnetic. Guidance, when offered without strings attached, can be one of the most attractive qualities a woman brings to a relationship, especially for younger men. Not the kind that hovers or fixes, but the kind that trusts a partner to grow on his own terms. Claire, a consultant in her late 50s, shares stories from her career over coffee with her partner, who is 15 years younger. She does not lecture or hand out advice. Instead, she asks questions that spark new ideas, listens with genuine interest, and celebrates his wins as if they were her own. In these moments, respect grows, not out of obligation, but out of admiration for the wisdom she brings us, without ever making him feel small. Relationship research points to the power of reciprocal growth. When both partners challenge each other, curiosity and respect deepen. It is a dynamic that stands in sharp contrast to parent-child patterns where one partner manages the other's life. Over-caretaking, even with the best intentions, can quietly erode desire and flatten the relationship into something more like mentorship than romance. But when guidance is exchanged freely, without judgment or control, attraction flourishes. Younger men often describe the relief of being with someone who offers perspective but never presumes authority. Claire's partner once said that she helps him see around corners, but she never tells him which road to take. That freedom to learn, to stumble, and to grow side by side is what sets these connections apart. True mentorship in love is never about molding someone else. It is about walking together, each person changed by the journey. A confident stride, an open posture, the way Maya holds eye contact in a crowded cafe, these are signals that speak louder than any dating profile. Research in nonverbal attraction shows that a direct gaze and relaxed shoulders are read as signs of self-possession and vitality, raising attraction ratings across all ages. It isn't about looking younger, it's about moving through the world with a sense of purpose and energy that is impossible to fake. Maya's weekends are a blur of hiking trails and pottery classes, her laughter echoing through a group of friends as they pause at the summit for a photo. Studies in health psychology link regular movement and active hobbies with higher life satisfaction and visible well-being, both of which quietly draw others in. Younger men often mention how these moments, seeing a woman lost in her element and fully present, make her magnetic in ways that do not show up on a dating app. Vitality, for women over 50, isn't a performance. It's a lifestyle. Whether it's the rhythm of a morning swim or the spark in a conversation, this embodied presence radiates outward. It signals a life that's already full, inviting others to step in, not to fill a void, but to share in the adventure. A full life doesn't wait for a relationship to begin. It's already in motion, out on the dance floor, in the heart of a travel group, or at the center of a bustling volunteer project. In these spaces, autonomy isn't a slogan, it's a rhythm. Maya glides through salsa night, laughter rising as she spins, her energy drawing curious glances from across the room. Claire, notebook in hand, leads a book club discussion, her insights sparking debate among members half her age. Rosa, sleeves rolled up, sorts donations at a local shelter, swapping stories with a team of volunteers, some old friends, some new. Research on relationship formation points to proximity and shared interests as the real matchmakers. The more often paths cross on a hiking trail, at a cooking class, or in a community garden, the more natural it is for connection to grow. These aren't staged encounters, they're the byproduct of women living on their own terms, where meeting someone new is a bonus, not the goal. Reciprocity keeps these connections alive. Balanced emotional effort, listening as much as sharing, curiosity matched with openness, predicts relationship longevity better than age or appearance. When both partners bring their full lives to the table, attraction becomes a two-way street. Autonomy isn't just a private strength. In action, it's an invitation. Come as you are and let's see where the road leads. Right now, more women over 50 are rewriting the rules of attraction, and research shows their confidence is magnetic. Age is not a barrier, it is a force. The world is starting to notice. If you have ever doubted your power, let this be your proof. Share your story below. Someone needs it.